going on, man? How y'all doing?
Welcome to our new YouTube channel. So this is our new channel, and it's called Angel&Deanna. He's Angel, and I'm Deanna. And our channel is about basically being married and starting and running a business. So we started a business back in 2021. It's a box trucks business. That happened to be when box truck business was booming. We didn't know that. We didn't know that it was very popular to get in at that time. That's just the time we picked to get in because I did not like working at a job. It was very hard for me. And the reason why it was very hard for me is because I think I was pretty good at my job. I was like, Lean Six Sigma manager, things, operations, things like that. And I worked with a lot of men because, as you know, warehousing is a male-dominated field. And let's just say the stigma of being the angry black woman is very real and was often pinned on me every time I had an opinion. And that did not sit very well with me. I feel like I was wasting my skills and I wasn't appreciated. So if I could work that hard to build somebody else's dream, I can work that hard to build my own. So, hence, I said, forget that world. I'm going to start me a new world. And we started my Two Angels Transportation. Now, for me, since we started my Two Angels Transportation, the first 2 years was a whirlwind. Right? You agree, babe?
Yes.
The first 2 years was a total whirlwind.
Yes.
That first year, it was a lot. But my testimony, as I like to say all the time, God is good.
All the time.
Because when we started this, I was actually working a new job I had just started. And my plan was to get the trucking company started, getting going for a couple months. Then I was just going to quit because I knew that I couldn't focus on doing the trucking, like the dispatching and stuff. And then my husband did the driving, right?
Yes.
Because he quit his job as well. How did you feel about quitting your job?
Scary.
He quit his job.
Very.
I didn't quit. I got to finish my story though.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I didn't quit my job. I was working in a warehouse for 11 plus years. And I'll be honest with you, I love my job. You know what I'm saying? I used to just love it, just being out there, doing my thing, whatever. And then my wife, she wanted to start this, and I'm like, I was like, I didn't want to get in there yet, And then next thing you know, basically in a matter of months, everything started going. And next thing you know, and
but if you didn't want to do it, then why did you do it?
Because of you.
Because what for me?
Because you.
Well, because
of
me.
Because of love for you I got for you, I make it happen. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. And we jump in there in this business. And I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I was so nervous. I didn't know what the hell to do. But for the man above, he guided us through this whole time. And now it's been almost 4 years from some change now.
Well, it's 3 years.
About to be 4. And thank God, the man above, he been blessing us.
Yeah, and like I said, that first year was something. And to finish my what I was saying, I actually didn't quit. Like I said, I plan when I had started, the plan was I'll just get it going, and I was gonna quit. Well, God had another plan, and it worked out so much better, and I'm so glad He did it that way. Because the day that my husband went to go buy the truck, we got a loan. We went to go get the truck. The day that he was buying the truck, my job decided that we weren't a good fit. And that was the exact words they used. It just wasn't a good fit. Meaning, I didn't sit down and be a yes man for them. And anything that they tried to prove a wrongdoing on my part, I was able to rebuke by the skills that I've learned over the years having to do that. Sad to say. But anyway, so how God worked that out is they ended up firing me. And because they fired me, and again, I had said that it was a job that I just started, they gave me a severance package. And they also let me know that they wasn't going to find my unemployment. God is good all the time, because that was able to let us through that first almost whole year. I was off work and I still got a regular paycheck while we was figuring out how to do the trucking thing. So that really worked out for us. God is good, because had I had did my plan and just quit like I was going to, how would we have made it? You know, I don't know, because again, we was figuring out, we went in absolutely knowing nothing. You know, we both worked in warehousing, so we knew the warehouse side, but we didn't know the transportation or the trucking side. So we really went in there green, didn't know anything. Bought the truck that day. Maybe?
And about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she called. I'm driving the truck back home to go park it, and she calls me and says, hey, I just got fired.
Yeah. That's what happened.
And then after that,
everything just went quick.
And then I gave my job a 2 weeks notice right then too.
Yep. He gave his job a 2 weeks notice that same day.
And that was the most scariest moment of my life, to be honest.
But it worked out for us, because when I say God is good, God's good, because we missed the bill, ain't missed the meal, you know. I really like that saying, so y'all gonna hear me say it a lot. But so that first year, let's just go over that first year. That first year, we bought the truck like we said, and then what happened was we were waiting on. That's funny, because an email for one of the brokers just came in as we're doing the video, so I'm trying to read it and talk to y'all at the same time. But anyway, we had bought the truck, and I say we spent maybe right out the bat, maybe about $4,000, because it was a used truck. So, you know, we did the used truck thing, had the mechanic go over and everything. And we first started out, we had a bogus mechanic. So we paid the $4,000 for that, and then very shortly for
the truck.
Not for the truck itself. I'm talking about for the maintenance thing. Like, you know, what's it called when you get? I call it a used car inspection, but that's a used truck inspection. I don't know. When they change like the fluids and stuff and brakes and all that stuff. So anyway, we paid about $4,000 for that. And then I want to say maybe 2 weeks later, we had to put it back in there because something else was going wrong.
They say that the transmission was going. Something's wrong with the transmission, with the gears.
Yeah.
And then when he said no, nothing's wrong with it, just keep going. And when we start getting going, we end up in Indiana on a Saturday afternoon. Yep. We got stuck down there in
$1,700 for a tow.
For a 3-hour tow.
And we haven't even been in business 2 months yet, guys.
Nope. And then we find out that the differential was messed up. They messed up the differential.
That was like another $7,000.
$6,000. $6,000 for that. And then and from there we fixed this differential. And then after that,
transmission.
Then a couple months later, the transmission went down.
Yep. And that was $7,000. Yep. So as you can see, that first year was just ridiculous. Hit it. But you know what? We kept going, you know, because like I said, I was still getting my income. So we was able to make it through those hard times in the first, that was like within the first 6 months. Mm-hmm. And then things just took off. Yeah. And when I say took off, I mean took off. We hired 3 more drivers. So at one point we had a total of 4 drivers. One of those drivers being a semi. We was working Amazon and regular loads. I mean, money just coming in left and right from everywhere. It was great. We was living it up. We was like, oh my God, we never had so much money. We was so happy and everything. And it went that way for about from the half of that first year all the way to maybe half of that second year. Yeah. So we about in the middle of our 2 years, right? Middle of our 2 years in. And then once we get to that point, it just fell off a cliff. Yeah. I mean, literally fell off a cliff. Yeah.
The beginning of the year just
the beginning down. That would have been the beginning of the second year. The beginning of the second year. No, it wasn't. It had to be the beginning of the third year. And this is our 4th year. I don't remember. But something like that. But anyway, it was the beginning of the year. So we ended up losing 2 of the drivers because it became harder to find the loads. And you kind of have to have a little bit more hustle in you to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, that wasn't really about that. And then our last driver, who was our semi-driver, he hung on to us all the way until about August, September, somewhere. So most of that second year, he was still there with us. And he was really the reason that we was making money, because I mean it was like serious money at that time for him, because we was able to get a mail contract, so we didn't really have to look for his loads on a daily like we was doing for the box trucks. And so that brought us in a lot of money because he was underneath our authority. And then when I couldn't find him loads no more, you know, I told him myself, you know, I didn't let him go, but I let him make the decision. Hey, you know, I understand you got a mouth to feed and I'm having a hard time and I'm barely getting loads for us. I think it might be better for you to try to find somewhere else because I'm not that experienced. And it was still company jobs out there to get had, and it was getting hard for everybody. So we end up losing him then, and then our third year came, which, you know, we down to only the one driver, but we was doing pretty good, you know, still been able to keep up with our quality of life, haven't really lost a lot. But the stress is ridiculous because as what we just told you guys, it's up and down, right? And throughout this whole time, the truck is constantly going down. That is a constant thing. It's just how much it's going to cost and when, right? We've been pretty lucky that most of our breakdowns have not been while we was on the load, or we're able to get it fixed, because that's a big part. If you're going to start a transportation business, a big part of what you have to do is make sure you have a good mechanic. And you need that good mechanic right out the gate, right out the gate. Unless you're buying a brand new truck, and even then, because you're running the truck, that's what it's for. It's for driving, so it's gonna mess up quite often. And the next thing that I would suggest, especially if you're doing it with your spouse like we did, and that's what you want to do because that's how you save the most money. You know, you can go out there and do dispatching and all that stuff, but that dispatching money is coming out of your money, right? And it's not rocket science. Anybody can do it. I learned how to do it out of nowhere. You guys can learn how to do it. So it's real easy, and maybe one day I'll put some stuff together and, you know, kind of give out for you guys to have.
For our next video.
Maybe not the next video.
Oh, something.
You know, maybe somewhere down the line. We see what happens. But yeah, I would suggest getting a really good mechanic if you're going to do anything in the transportation field. And there's many things that you can do. But like I said, the main thing is that, and being able to manage that stress of the up and down, you know, set some expectations, but know you got to hustle. I think one of the biggest things that we're finding out now, because like I said, we blew up and then we had to come all the way back down. It's kind of like we starting over again, but now we're starting back over with new knowledge, right? And don't think that we're doing that bad, because we're not doing that bad. Like I said, we able to keep our quality of life, and we just got another truck, right? And we trying to figure out another way to start doing another investment, what we can do, you know, thinking about bringing on a cargo van or something like that. But, you know, like I said, now this time around, we got a little bit more knowledge instead of just jumping into it like we did that first time. We was just money hungry basically and saw this opportunity, so we thought. And we ran a marathon before we knew how to run around the block. Right? So, and you know, we got some bumps and bruises, but again, if you take everything as learning lessons, it's good. I think one of the biggest things, and like I said, with our issues, is working together. Working together is very hard and it's very stressful. And just because we have, what's the word can we use? Limited patience. Both of us. It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder because that is just who we are. But we learned how to communicate a lot more and work through things. You know, we even even today, right? We had a discussion because today was a really, really hard day for us, guys. It was a really, really hard day. Been up since about 4? He got up at 4. I got up at 7. Looking for loads all day. And nothing. We secured some loads for tomorrow, yay us, but nothing for today. And then Monday the truck was down again, so we had to pay that $2,000 that fix was $2,100. The truck was down on Monday, and then Tuesday him taking out the garbage twisted his back, so truck out of service on Monday. He drive out of service on Tuesday, so it's Wednesday now, and we ain't made no money this week. But again, another pointer is to make sure you're putting up that money when you're making money, because it is gonna be, it's up and down all year.
It's when.
Yeah.
It's
right.
when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, because that's true. When that's what they say about the truck market.
It's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah. But I guess to sum it all up, it's really nice to be able to work with each other. And it's really nice for me because I just really do the driver stuff, and I was doing a lot of I had a lot more work to do when we had the drivers, because I was the one finding the loads for everybody, and I did the payroll and just kept up with all of the admin and stuff. But now since we don't have the drivers and he pretty much find his loads himself, I'm almost sitting here like a housewife. And that's something that I said I was never going to do. So I am working at finding new things for me to get into. This being one of them. So you guys, again, this is our first video. Hopefully.
Many more to come.
Yeah, and hopefully you got something out this first one.
And this is an introduction. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And we're going to keep bringing more and more.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's what you're supposed to say in the YouTube videos. Like and subscribe for more. And we're going to give you more anyway. But like and subscribe, too.
From here, from My Two Angels Transportation. This is me, Angel.
And Deanna.
Have a good night.
Bye, guys.